Past 10 because somebody wasn't in his chair.
Commissioner Gator.
Here.
Commissioner Gallagher.
Here.
Commissioner Buckman.
Here.
There's a quorum present.
As you wish, please stand for the invocation of the faith. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dear Lord, we come to you today during this Lenten season. We ask for your forgiveness. We ask for your help in dealing with everything we have to deal with this time of year. We look forward to your Easter season, just a couple weeks away. We ask the blessing upon all of our workers and all of the families that they have. We ask wisdom in the decisions that we make today, and all these things we ask in your Son's name, Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen.
Amen.
Okay, the consent agenda is on the board, has been published. Motion?
I'll make a motion that we approve the consent agenda.
Second.
I'll second.
All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Time to remember Dano. Think about Dano. Lost him 5 years ago today. And that same year, 2020, I lost Sandy and Carol lost Charles. So 2020 was a rough year for several of us. So anyway, just
5 years.
thinking that long. Yeah. Going into the agenda, approval of Missouri Association of Counties. I don't know, Bridget, or you want to
I
talk about
can
this? As
address
I
it.
understand it.
Rhonda, I was gonna say Rhonda was the one.
Yeah, we went over this, Ronnie, yes, if you'd like me to talk about it, I'd be happy to.
Okay, yeah,
We get our work comp through them. They will not accept our budgeted amounts. They have to wait until the final tallies are at the end of the year, which goes into January, obviously, and then they come back and say, this is what we've added several people this year in our sheriff's department and other departments, and
pay increases.
the pay increases that all factored in, and when things worked out, they say we owe them $62,759.
And that does include some of the experience too. That's factored in?
Yes. Yes, because we have, our work comp claims suck. I was trying to think of a technical term, but that's, when they look at it, we've got some people that have been on work comp for years, and just in the hundreds of thousands of dollars, and we're trying to address it. It's very difficult to get it addressed because you want to be fair to the employee. On the other hand, you got to be fair to the other 100 and some odd employees that we have here that our rates are going up so quickly, and that puts pressure on raises and that type of thing is when we have to pay. This isn't the only cost. This is the balance we owe above what we had budgeted. So
This is additional.
this addition.
Okay, motion to accept this payment, please say aye, or motion?
Make a motion to approve the payment to the Missouri Association of Counties Workmen's Comp, $62,759.
Second.
I'll second that, and I did want to say something. I think we're probably not the only ones that have this problem.
Oh, no.
It's everywhere.
Okay, any questions? Yeah, Rich?
This is a cost over and above what you normally pay?
Yes.
And this is based on an audit by the Association of Counties. Was it in a budget anyplace?
Yes. Yeah, to answer that, it was in the budget, but we can't exactly budget, and it's like taking a snapshot in the middle of the year. They're basing when we did it last year on what it would be if the salary stayed the same and the number of employees stayed the same. And there was no increase in our experience, past experience. As Harold said, at the end of the year, they won't take our end of the year. They have to wait until we completely balance the budget and then say, all right, here's the exact amount you over above. This is the largest above amount that we.
Yeah.
I can't ever.
Yeah, I don't know that.
It's usually 20, 30,000 if
Yeah.
it's added employees, but our work experience is not good, and the number of employees, we've added some in the sheriff's department and other places that they say this is how much you owe. We have really no choice.
Thank you.
Nobody else will take it.
Well, Rich, also, you really don't know how many cases you're gonna have in a year. I mean,
Well, that's very
you know,
true.
you're just gambling, not knowing.
Very true.
Any other questions? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Thank you. Brian, you want to talk about this? It's your turn.
I've had, two vendors that I haven't dealt with in the past, and they didn't send samples of the paper products or the trash bags. I would like to rebid the paper products and the trash bags.
Were any of the bids made public?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. How does that affect a rebid?
It's not good.
Oh,
Well-
no, you're talking about the results?
Yes.
What we received,
You
no.
know,
Nothing was
people-
done.
Okay, so the numbers were not made public.
They
No.
would lay it out, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, if nobody's requested to
Confirmation.
see anything,
Okay.
but
So it still should be safe to rebid this then?
Did the person that we had last year bid?
The two companies that bid is new to us. No old vendors.
Is there a reason the old vendor didn't bid?
I have no idea. I didn't reach out to nobody.
Will you this time?
I will this time.
Well, and also, you also put in yours that you would like samples. You would
Yeah,
like
it
to
was on my
see
sheet,
what,
samples.
But when you talk to them, reach out, you
Yeah.
can get those samples.
I don't disagree with rebidding if that's what we want to do, but I gotta tell you, we might as well get rid of the bidding.
if we're gonna
Because
do
every
it.
time we have to rebid something, it costs us money to be put in the paper and everything else, and it discredits the original bid that if you don't get it in, if they don't get it in, and we got it last year, they'll probably rebid it for us. I don't know how do we encourage people to bid during the time bid, but then we have to put it back in the paper and pay hundreds of bucks to have stuff rebid for paper products.
I've long broached the idea of a purchasing agent. I get slammed up against the wall every time I mention that, but it would be a way around the annual bids. The problem is that'd be another PA, we've got so many PAs around here now.
Yeah. Also raise all your overhead again.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, would it, or would it maybe save some money?
I don't know.
Okay, so yes, need a motion to reject these bids and permission to rebid again.
That's fine. I'll make the motion to, request to, or reject the, rebid reject the bids for the maintenance supplies and to rebid it.
Okay, I'll second that, but have you got any samples from the ones that bid?
No,
So you have no idea what product you're getting?
I don't have no idea the quality of the paper.
And that's the reason you're really wanting to
That's
do
the
this?
reason.
Okay.
That's important
It
too.
is important, I mean,
Cause it's not really a qualified bid if you ask for that and it didn't get done, so they're only doing half
I
the
have
process.
to give nobody no numbers.
Right, I got you.
Okay.
Think maybe it'll give us Shorman?
Sure.
We're gonna pay for it.
Don't squeeze it.
Yeah.
Okay, got a motion and a second, any questions? All in favor of accepting or rejecting that bid and rebidding, please say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Okay, Josh? Jason, I'm sorry.
That's your.
Yeah, hey, you.
That's your buddy, huh?
Yeah.
So
Been one of those days.
So we've been contacted several times about a resident that lives on Clay Street. There is no posted speed limit signs, which, you know, by RSMO would make the speed limit on that road 50 miles per hour. He's claiming that people are driving extremely fast, so I propose that we post the speed limit around this location and restrict it to 25 miles per hour. Because all in all, it is a residential street.
And I wanna make that motion. I approve to place the speed limit sign on Clay Street in Bonne Terre for the road and bridge, and I wanna thank you for that because, I've been trying to do that in the past and only been, never mind, we won't go that far, but I've brought this up many times, so thank you for doing that.
So
I'll
is
second
this the
that, but
city limit,
Jason-
or-
This is not, this is.
Jason, let him-
East Bonne Terre.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, explain to them, well, a lot of them don't realize when you top the hill, East Bonne Terre is county.
Yeah, until you get down a little bit and then it comes back into the city limits to
Bonne Terre
encompass the
is
prison.
not taking this part in.
So, on the agenda, it said stop sign, is that not the
It's speed limit.
Speed limit,
Judy,
sorry.
Judy sent the wrong information. It was supposed to be speed limit, not stop.
And you made the motion of speed.
Of a speed limit sign, yes.
Because the stop sign there would be, maintained by MoDOT because it's enters into a MoDOT right away.
Yeah, that's why that's in red, because I knew it was changing what was on the printed agenda. Okay, I got the,
got the motion
got the
and
motion.
second.
Any other questions?
You didn't get a second.
Oh, sorry, Gary, I thought you seconded.
Yeah, I'll second it.
Sorry. My bad, thank you.
I thought you were gonna second it.
I thought he
for a
said so,
minute.
yeah.
Okay, any, other questions or comments? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Oh, and one thing about that, what about enforcement? Sure?
But it'd be the sheriff's department.
Be a state statute.
What now?
It'd be under the state statute for speeding.
Okay, enforcement is, what do you mean by state statute? What do you say?
Well, we would enforce the speed
Yeah.
limit state statute, the RSMO.
Okay. So would your guys enforce that too, or,
We can, yes.
okay, and state, and
Yes, state.
what about city?
It'd be outside the city limits, so they wouldn't enforce it.
Okay, all right. So we think we've got some enforcement? Okay.
Yeah, awesome.
Okay, and I got the vote. Okay, thank you so much. Renewal of AccuCare contract. Mike, you gonna do this?
Morning, Mike Ryan, Grants County Sheriff's Department. This is just our annual renewal of the AccuCare contract for our medical services at the detention center. The new contract is $250,000. We have RN, LPN, and EMTP that are on staff that do coverage during the daytime 7 days a week, and a doctor that does 12 hours a week. The RN is on call for evenings and nights. That is down by $4,000 from last year because we eliminated the mental health care from this contract because mental health care is now being covered under the RSAP program. So that portion is being billed through the grant. So we're able to cut just a little bit there on that.
Okay, I'll make a motion that renew the accrued care contract for the sheriff's department for $250,000.
I'll second, oh, sorry, Andy.
It's an annual contract.
I'll second that.
Okay. Questions? Okay, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
Thank you, sir. Okay, approval of, Jason? I got it right that time.
So this is a non-budgeted item. Talking with the guys that actually do our mowing, we've been using bat wings in the past, and I'm sure all you commissioners get calls about grass in the road. And the reason that occurs is because the bat wing runs half in the grass and half on the road, so that it's throwing grass to that side, which is discharging in the road. So we're gonna go to all boom mowers and side mowers like the picture here. The previous guys had purchased a tractor with a boom mower, and we now want to take that boom mower and put it on one of the tractors that pulls a bat wing, and then we want to take the new tractor, which is a two-wheel drive unit, and add additional this side mower to that piece of machinery.
He talks about grass on the road, and you may think, well, that's not much, unless you're on a motorcycle. That might as well be ice at that point.
Or if you're mowing 400 miles of road.
Yeah. Exactly. But a motorcycle and grass on the road is deadly. Okay,
Now, I want to ask you a question, Jason. When they're mowing, what's the difference in what that mower's mowing and the bat wing? I know the bat wing goes in the ditch, so we're not going to get as much coverage, right? But it'll be
Correct.
safe.
Correct. So most of the time when the bat wing's mowing, it's only mowing with half of its mower.
Yeah.
Because the other portion's behind the tractor.
Yeah.
So they run the tractor like half on and half off the road, which wears the left tires extremely bad. Like about 7 months is all you get out of those tires. So with this and the boom mower, they'll now stay on the asphalt, but when they need to get off the asphalt, they can get completely off and the boom mower will reach whatever they need to mow. So if you can envision this tractor and the boom mower tractor The boom mower would be mowing further out, and then this tractor would come behind it and get
Yeah.
the edge of the road.
Yeah. Now, I know we had a new tractor, so we're actually changing the hydraulics on the new tractor.
Well, no, so it already had a hydraulic package.
Okay.
What we gotta change is the four-wheel drive tractor, because it was just pulling a bat wing, so now it's gotta be outfitted with the pulley and the shaft to
Was
run
that
the
back,
front
was
mounted.
that PTO before?
Yeah,
Okay, it's all PTO.
off the
Okay.
tractor. So now it's gotta be upfitted with that mechanism to run the front mounted hydraulics to
Yeah.
run the bat wing.
Yeah.
Which was like $2,311 parts and labor to that tractor.
And then-
And then we've changed the tires on the mowers. They've been running these ag style tires, which really aren't made for hard surface. So we're changing to an all-terrain type radial tire, which we'll get more life out of. It'll be a smoother ride on the guys. It'll just be an all-around better piece of
Won't tear up the
equipment.
road.
Correct, we won't tear up the edge of the road with those bar treads.
Okay, you
Before
gonna
there's a
sell
motion-
the bat wing?
Yes,
Before there's a
eventually. So
motion-
right now, we're just doing one. So this is like our test period. We'll still have one back then.
And in
We
this,
don't
you'll have to
estimate that
purchase
this
a
would
new
cost more
mower?
than $12,000.
Yeah, this mower. So we need to purchase this, which is
Well, this mower is gonna
the
cost.
$43,350.
The mower's gonna cost 43,000.
Is that pretty similar like the
Getting
one
rid of
we
the
had?
price?
It's just like the one we're giving out Creek.
Okay,
And then
it's the
the
same
We don't have to
stock.
have bid.
Where'd you
No,
get
it's a source well.
Okay, too many conversations.
John Deere?
And then, you know, when we were talking about Owl Creek, you know, we're moved that tractor with the side mower on it, but those tractors are also outfitted with PTO, so if they wanted to look at also capturing one of those bat wings for their larger areas, they could also do
Yeah.
that.
I think the tractor going out there though, it don't have a PTO in the rear.
I don't know. I
No,
haven't
it don't.
looked,
It
so-
don't, yeah. But these do.
Right.
No
Yeah.
PTO?
In the rear, it don't have a rear drive PTO. It was designed like this right here.
PTO is power takeoff.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Do I have the motions on this?
Not yet.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Well, let's make a
Okay,
motion.
make a motion to approve the purchase, Sourcewell, 43, oh, I'm sorry, total $45,463.77. That's with the $2,100.13, or $2,113.77 for the hydraulic. So,
Source,
Sourcewell,
source funds for this.
source of funds is through the Road and Bridge Department.
So you,
Okay.
it's gonna be in their budget?
Oh, this was in there, but this was already.
No, this was a non-budget item, but we do
Non-budget,
have,
but they
we
do
do
have
have the
budget.
funds to cover it.
Yes. Thank you. Yes.
So is the total 45,000 for Sourcewell, or is it just the
So
43,000?
the 4350 is the source well.
So
for
that's
the
what
mower.
needs to be,
That needs to be sourced,
that's,
okay.
yes,
Yeah,
that's.
the 2113 is parts and labors through John Deere, which.
Yeah, that's a local.
So you'll have to do that separate.
So we'll do two motions here. I'm gonna strike that
Just-
first
just-
motion away.
Put in where the money's coming. If it's coming
Okay.
from your reserves, that's fine. If it's coming from their budget, then he's gonna have to lower his budget someplace to be
Yes.
able.
Yes.
40-something thousand.
Okay, so approval of the purchase for the tractor at
No, not the tractor. Mower.
the mower, I'm sorry, for $43,350 through Sourcewell for the road and bridge. So that's my first one.
I'll second that.
Okay, any questions on the purchase of the mower only at this motion? Okay, all in favor of purchasing the mower, please say aye.
Aye.
Okay, second
Is
motion.
it coming
To be
from-
paid out of the road and bridge department, their budget.
Now, second motion will be covering the alteration of the tractor, and that's the local John Deere dealer.
So make a motion that we approve the engine and hydraulic system to be altered at the $2,113.77. Also to be out of the road and bridge funds.
And I'll second that. And Jason, what I want to explain to them, this is going on a brand new tractor, right?
This is.
Yeah, and that means the mower, the hydraulics, and the tractor are all new.
Brand new.
This is all new stuff, yeah.
But I would
We've already
say,
bought the tractor.
so
Yeah.
the 4350 needs to come out of our reserves. And if you're not out of an already budgeted item. Because the equipment we already have budgeted, that money's already spoken for. So this would be an addition to that 450 that we already have.
But you have
budgeted.
the reserves.
Correct.
Okay, motion second, any questions?
Sorry.
All in favor of having a tractor altered to fit this, please say aye.
Aye.
And
Thank
both,
you.
both of them, I'm taking the motions to be coming out of the reserves.
No, so the 2113 can come out of equipment maintenance.
Equipment maintenance. Other out of road and bridge reserves. Okay, just wanted to clarify that. 'cause
Thank you.
Okay, and did I get the vote?
Yes.
Just make sure everybody in favor, aye? Aye. Thank you. Okay, next meeting will be Monday. It's the first of the quarter next week. So agenda items must be in by this Friday of this week. Okay. Other business, anybody got any correspondence? Any public comments? Any departmental reports? Yeah, Angie.
I do just want to bring something up. Every year, we've had just a handful of mail come that, about this time of year, if not later, that is postmarked in December. And people had called and said, I mailed it. Well, we don't know if, John down the street has mailed their bill, of course, and if we don't get something, we can't post it. So a lot of these people end up paying interest and penalty just to get their taxes paid. Just yesterday, we received an envelope that was postmarked from St. Louis, December 26th. So I refunded out what they paid, they're getting the interest and penalty back. So if anyone knows of anyone, we've had lots of calls because of the issues that were in St. Louis in the post office in December, not just the bad weather, just general problems up there. So I could get another one today, I could get another one tomorrow. We just don't know. So I wanted to bring that up, that does happen, but this last December was worse. I'm hoping that we don't get a tray of mails.
But as
this
long as it
one-
was postmarked before.
As long as it was postmarked, and if they did pay, or we honor postmark
Yes.
every time, so.
What is the city that return letter was sent to, supposedly?
It was,
Is it Farmington or where is it?
they live in Bonne Terre, so I'm not
Bonne Terre.
sure, but they did mail it.
In February of last year, I turned in a change of address form when I moved to town. That shut down my mail for 2 months. Completely shut it down. So,
That's a problem.
yeah, and I've learned that all mail forwarded in the United States goes to a business in Indianapolis. And they sort it out and take care of it. Well, it took a while. Okay.
Angie, what you're talking about, there was an issue on the news last night.
Yes.
And this same thing, it was showing the people that had postmarked paid, she paid it online then. And,
Yeah, I seen that.
and then they reimbursed her.
That's why I agree with the people that are objecting to the examination of the U.S. Postal Service, because it runs excellent. I don't know why anybody went to look at it and see if we could make it better.
Yeah.
I wonder who
Sure, it should be run.
their business base will be. Anyway, okay, any other departmental reports? Yeah, Louis.
You might mention attending the open house for the new Ameren plant.
Yeah, I did. I enjoyed it. Went out to, what was that, last Friday, whenever it was. And it's amazing how big a place it is, first of all. It's huge. And they've got storage of all the equipment they need and everything to rebuild a lot of stuff. What amazed me more than anything, I knew that line voltage on transmission lines was high. I didn't realize it was 345,000 volts. Those big lines you see going through the air. I had no idea it was that high. I was thinking 2,000. So I was stunned by that one. But it was amazing. I enjoyed it. A lot of people there and nice and windy, but a beautiful day. So
I would just point out that there were some 10 different EV charging stations there.
Yes.
And there was only one vehicle being charged at the time,
Yeah.
which I thought was interesting for the Ameren
I've talked to them too about how much lighting is out there at night.
Yeah.
They light up a few miles around there, daylight, light all night. And I've got one neighbor that called me and said, at midnight, I can go out in my front yard and read my newspaper. So it's pretty bright. So I've talked to them about that, and they're gonna see about toning that down some, but they consider that part of their security. So I'm working with them quietly on the side, see if we can do that to help the neighbors.
Well, and then what- yeah.
Driving EV vehicles.
What they have out there is really they combined they had it in River Mines, Elvins, but this combines their transmission, their regular service, and then their service department is all there. They do not have to drive St. Louis up to Dorset to pick up supplies now. They have them there. So it's gonna shorten their response times around here.
Yeah.
And they can actually work on the transformers, everything over there. It's all in-house.
I suspect some of their employees will be moving to this area if they're not already here.
It's really a nice facility. They're sitting on 65 acres.
I didn't know how big it was, but
Yep.
it's big. Okay.
Commissioner?
Carrie, where was that?
It's
Uh,
over at Parkway Drive
Yeah,
there
Parkway exit.
in Park Hills.
Just drive through there at night, you'll see it.
Turn off and go to General Custer's.
There's a Napa store right there.
Sorry.
They use a local garage right there for their truck maintenance, so I'm sure it's good business for him. So, anyway,
Commissioner,
yeah.
on the voting, we voted a week from today. They're voting right now. We've had approximately, I guess after this morning, almost 500 people vote in person, about 200 that have sent their absentee ballot in, and that's still dismal.
He might as well come over and slap me in the face. I'm talking to Laura here. She knows what I'm talking about, and you're gonna see it in a minute here. Okay, any other departmental reports? Sheriff, you wanna come on up?
Well, it's kind of been a busy week. Our calls for service have jumped to 391 over the last week, and that brings us up to 4602 for the year. Our jail inmate is increasing, our population is increasing to 137. Males are 120 and females are 17. We've had quite a bit of training over the last week. Corporals Christy Ram and Remington Appel have been to leadership and supervision training. Detective Corporal Jimmy Wilson is mastering interview and interrogation. We had Deputy Laura Lee Bailey and Joe Kreider, along with our chaplain Jeff Hawk, attended critical incident stress management training. So that's so you know where our training dollars are going. Warrant Wednesday was a success. We had the individual in custody in less than 10 hours by posting on Facebook. Tune in tomorrow. We'll have a new individual we'll be looking for. Monday was the official kickoff and start of our jail navigator program that Captain Ryan's worked so hard on. It seems to be going well. We already have some inmates that have been approved to be in this program, so yesterday it started officially.
Is that a group meeting, or how is that done?
It's in the jail treatment
Okay.
with inmates.
One-on-one?
It's one-on-one and in group.
Yes.
Okay.
So both to give them the tools needed when they go back into society,
Okay.
cut down on recidivism. We've recently had a couple pursuits that have ended well based on the deputies doing excellent work. So I want to recognize them for what they were doing. And then I want to personally recognize one of our transport officers. He was transporting an inmate, Matthew Price. He was the first responder on an accident scene in Jefferson County, which was a rollover. Two children were involved. He stopped, he assisted until, provided medical aid until first responders from that area arrived. So, moving up and down these roads, transporting inmates, you come across stuff. He went above and beyond to assist this family. One of the children had a compound fracture, so it was a pretty bad accident. Events coming up, we do have our blood drive again on April 11th from 9:30 to 2:30 at the County Detention Center. Come on out, see us, and donate a little blood. Help save a life.
Your current population is 137?
Yes, sir.
About, how much of that's drugs?
That's kind of a tough one. I haven't broke it down to that.
Mike, got an idea?
Captain?
I don't have a number.
Is it big
or
number, is it a big percentage?
The majority of our calls or arrests usually stem from narcotics of some sort, combined with thefts or
Yeah.
warrant arrests and somebody in
Thefts
possession of
because of,
something, you know. So it's a higher percentage. I can't give you an exact number, but just from reviewing all the reports and everything and the amount of things that we send to the lab on a monthly basis, we average probably 20 to 30 cases a month that are narcotic related that go to the Highway Patrol Crime Lab. So it's a big number.
Sheriff, on the Navigator, have she dealt with the alcohol, the offer from AA to provide all the supplies and run meetings and things out there the way other counties?
I'll defer that to the captain because he's working one-on-one with her.
That's what I'm looking at.
Yeah, Anna Denny went through a course recently, MRT, Moral Recognition Therapy, that allows her to teach several courses in reference to parenting, finances, not the alcohol abuse, but anger management, and.
Well, we've had requests from AA several times, and our previous sheriff didn't want to deal with it, and that's fine, but I'm just saying, if we got a new program, this might be another time to approach it.
Yeah, I'm sure she can fit it in.
Yeah, because other
And that's
sheriffs
their-
have expressed that it's done good for the people that have.
Yes, and the people that are gonna be in the program will receive alcohol treatment, substance abuse treatment, mental health treatment, so it is part of the program.
Any questions, Mr. Sheriff?
Oh, I will say that our Warrant Wednesday tomorrow is a drug case. So that,
Run. Now, you have these warrant Wednesdays, and I always want to be in Iron County on Wednesday, just to
well,
be
you
safe.
can come back Thursday.
Yeah, there you go. Okay. Now, you said it's on drugs, that wouldn't be the case, so, I'll hold off on you just a second.
Okay.
I want to acknowledge a very well-written article. Dan?
Thank you, Dan.
Oh. Thank you. Sure. It's well done. And I like your story lately on voting too, it's good, so thank you. And with your permission, I'd like to post this on our website.
Oh, sure, absolutely.
So you have that permission, sir, so if you produce it.
We'll get on it.
Okay. But thank you, and if you get a chance to look that up, it's well done. Makes us proud. Okay, now, that's sheriff's, okay. All right, road and bridge.
So we're continually and still patching. We still got a lot to do, and right now we can still only get cold mix, so these are temporary fixes until we can get some solid asphalt. We've been making our way around with the broom truck, sweeping off grit and just debris from the storms we've had, and we're still down south cleaning up brush stuff. We were on Watkins and down around Jackson Road and all that stuff. We're still hauling some out to the landfill, so I got guys out there burning. We're still cleaning up on Coldwater. You know, with that rain, we were able to get some of that brush burnt, so they're working on that again today. I went out to the sheriff's department yesterday with Commissioner Buckley and Brian, and we talked about a stormwater issue they were having out there. And their downspouts and some of their floor drains and some other stuff drains into an old manhole. We got about 3 6-inch lines feeding it and only 1 6-inch line draining it, which isn't gonna work. So what happens is it fills up and it backs up into a portion of the jail. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna purchase some 12-inch stormwater pipe, and we're going to dig down and insert it into that manhole and concrete it in. Then we're going to run a whole new line just dedicated for that system. And it'll be a 12-inch pipe, which should flow about 3,800 gallons an hour. So I don't think we'll ever get that much rain. So this should fix any issues. And the reason we're not going to mess with what's already in place is because they have some different floor drains in that system now. So trying to find that and tie all that stuff in together would kind of be a nightmare. So we're just going to run a whole new system just for that stormwater area there, leaving the existing intact, so it still will drain some. Cost of the pipe, about $2,700, and then Road and Bridge will do the work.
How long will that 12-inch pipe have to be?
250 feet.
Okay.
Jeff,
That's gonna be out of your budget.
Oh, yeah. Thanks.
hey, the reason we're doing that, Brian can contest that. What's happening, it's not flowing out quick enough. We spent all that money at the jail and we don't want that water back flowing. I mean, we gotta fix it right. We've already done that. There's no sense of,
Right.
it needs to be done.
This is a second.
We're gonna find out how bad it is this weekend. We're supposed to get an awful
Yeah.
lot of rain.
Well, we won't have it done before.
The
then,
bad
so.
part is, Rich, it ain't gonna be done before the end.
You know that.
Okay, Laura, wake up. Any other departmental reports? Okay. I messed up. Now, you all thought I was perfect. It's the first Tuesday of April. That's election day. And then I find out there's another sentence that says after the first, what, Monday? Is that the rule? I didn't know that rule. So anyway, as you now know, it is not election day, but if you have not voted, please do. So,
April Fool's.
Yeah.
April Fool's, nice.
got me, okay. Any other departmental reports?
I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
I'll second.
All in favor, aye.
Aye.